Dan, I'm just going to go through this TearOff pad with you. It's a simple presentation just to give you a basic understanding of just some different components, what makes up an opportunity. First place I want to start with is the network marketing industry. Have you heard of network marketing or multi-level marketing?
I've heard of it. I don't know a whole lot about it.
Don't know a whole about it, but do you know there's a huge industry out there? And, do you believe that the industry exists?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I just want to show you is how much money is actually out in this industry. And so when have you heard of Amway?
Yeah.
Okay, so Amway is a $9 billion network marketing company. That's massive. There are hundreds of countries around the world. They've been around for a long, long time. Have you heard of Avon?
Oh yeah.
Avon is a $6 billion network marketing company in multiple countries around the world too. And how about Herbalife?
I have heard of
Herbalife is a $4 billion company. And so when you look at this, and there's other big players in this space of network marketing that are multiple billion-dollar companies. But the key is, and I kind of drew over here, sorry about that, is 40% of the money that's generally paid out in these opportunities with companies like these is paid back to distributors that go and build the networks. And so the whole focus of doing a network marketing company is building a network distribution model of consumption. And so if that makes a little bit of sense, the industry is real. So what I want to come into next is just taking a look at the forefront of biohacking through nutrigenomics. We've seen the ABC primetime video. Did that catch your attention?
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting, if it's true.
If it's true, exactly. And so we love showing that video because it shows the foundation and really opened the door for this whole nutrigenomics and this big movement of biohacking. I'm just going to keep things simple. So you've probably heard of like hacking into a computer, people breaking into bank accounts and stuff like that. Well, that's not what's happening here, but it's just taking control of a complex system, which our biology is a very complex system, and actually using nutrigenomics, which is naturally occurring compounds, and to affect our biochemistry in our body through our genes for a desired outcome. And our desired outcome is to have a longer lifespan, longer health span. Would that be pretty cool if that was real?
Yeah.
And so here's what's amazing is that Nutrigenomics NBC Today Show, you've heard of NBC Today Show, right?
Yep.
They come out with a whole segment on nutrigenomics. And they said this industry is going to be a $600 billion industry by 2020. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
And so that's a massive amount of money where everybody's heading to. I like to look at this as like everybody in the whole supplement arena. I mean, you've been in GNC, lots of companies have different supplements and vitamins, antioxidant. I really see that industry shifting over to biohacking and nutrigenomics, because if you can turn the genes on your body and have your body make it versus trying to supplement and take it, that's so much more advanced in helping your body have a longer health span. So that makes a little bit of sense. Okay, another thing when you're looking at an opportunity is you look at timing. Have you ever heard get in on the ground floor, get in on the ground floor?
Yeah.
And so I never, being a truck driver and furniture mover and stuff, I didn't understand the importance of positioning yourself in front of a growth curve. One of my favorite quotes is from Warren Buffett. He says, in order to succeed in business, you must learn how to position yourself in front of a growth curve in the beginning when hardly anybody knows about it. And once that company goes through pioneering and formulating and they gain traction in the marketplace, they hit a tipping point called critical mass. The company moves into momentum, and 80% of that company's growth is captured during this time. And so any of us would love to go back in a time machine and capture Amazon or even Amway or Herbalife or Microsoft, should have, could have, would have, wish we were there. Well, it's understanding the focus of timing and getting on the ground floor. Well, specifically in the industry of network marketing, it takes about 150,000 distributors per country to send a company into momentum. So the key is, where's LifeVantage? We have 80,000 distributors worldwide, and we have around 50,000 in the United States. Does that make sense that we're early?
Yeah, definitely.
So we're just sitting like right here, and that's super exciting. It's very rare that anybody ever catches these this early in the opportunity. So let's go into the products. And again, I mentioned a little bit up here through the biohacking and nutrigenomics. The ABC Primetime, again, opened up the whole arena of where we're heading to now. So we have Nerf 2 and Nerf 1. Our Pro Tandem product that you've seen on the Primetime reduces oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. Here's the cool thing. It does it with everybody. 100% of the people that use it. Isn't that awesome to have a product that works for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. And so Primetime aired that. Here's the thing with the studies, and there's a couple reasons why I mentioned this PubMed. You're not a scientist or doctor or anything, no. But again, you might know people that are. And so when we talk about PubMed.gov, anybody that's in that type of arena of research and being through medical school and stuff, they know how huge it is to have studies on PubMed.gov. We have 23 published studies on PubMed.gov. to me, I like going to this site too and looking at it because you look at the results by year and you can see this huge growing trend of thousands and thousands of studies, even on oxidative stress. It's amazing. There's like 150,000 studies on oxidative stress on PubMed.gov. So it just shows you from a business perspective where everything's heading to, getting the timing, getting trends and all those things and put place and positioning. So does that make a little bit of sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So I want to come over here and just talk about, we got these great products at nutrigenomics and biohacking. Here's what's awesome is people are already spending around $500 billion in these different categories that I'll just show you here quickly. They're already spending that money. Do you think people are interested in slowing aging down?
Yes.
Do you think people are interested in having their skin look good?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think people are interested in controlling their weight management?
Absolutely.
How about energy drinks?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Okay. So we have a smart energy drink line. Again, all this is nutrigenomics and activation. They're all natural products and they're sweet with stevia, so they're healthy, good for you, and they flip the switches in your body. Here's a cool one, and I kind of smile at this one, animals. What if we had a business model where we can have animals that are part of our product lineup? Think about that demographic market share. Pretty cool. And so there's already $23 billion that people are spending on the health of their animals. We have a Protandim version for our dogs called Pet Tandem.
That's amazing.
Cool stuff. So around $500 billion or so is already being spent here. So here's the question I want to pose to you, Dan. Again, I like what you said. If this is all real, if this is really a movement of biohacking and nutrigenomics, we have the studies and all the trends are heading this way and people are already spending this money, what's going to happen when the understanding of these people spending this money find out that this is a far superior way to keep a health span and also longevity?
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be, to me, it's like going back to 1985 and everybody's got file cabinets and they got pagers and they got typewriters, right? And then all of a sudden this movement of this whole economic movement of people doing that went all to computers. And that's what we're sitting in front of here. Now here's another component is looking at the money. Now what I want to say about the money here in network marketing is that it's a different money we're not used to earning. So what do you do for a living?
I'm in construction, primarily roofing.
Roofing, so you self-employed or you hourly?
Self-employed.
Self-employed, so you understand you go out, you got your business, and you go out, you got to get your job set up and make your money, but it's just you in the creation of your income. So you got to constantly be going and getting those jobs, going out and performing the work and getting paid for doing that.
Right.
I was driving truck and moving furniture self-employed too, and so I had to keep running and go load after load after load. That's called linear income, or even if you work for somebody else as an employee, again, you're exchanging your time for money. And so when you look at this, you see that we do this for 40 to 50 to 60 years where we're trading this time for money. What I want to do real quickly here is just show you a couple timelines and see if this makes sense to you. So this is going to be timeline 1, this is going to be timeline 2. Okay, we're all born.
Yeah.
Okay, and so we spend about 20 years and we're getting our education. Okay, same thing here, 20 years we're getting our education. And then we go into the workforce. Or we go into our own business. We're going to go to work either way, okay? And so how long we work for is 40, 50, sometimes it's even 60 years that it's going to. So if we're spending already the first 20 of our years getting education and we're spending this 40, 50, 60 years going to work, how much timeline on this first timeline here where we get to live and retire? And the average age in the United States is 78 years old. So both of these are 78, this is 0, where you start out at. So this timeline is what I call Plan A. It's called the linear model. And this is what most people do, is they go out and create an income this way, and they have to do it, and they hope to get to a point where they can retire. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So being self-employed, I know myself, I wasn't very good at planning for retirement. How about yourself?
I'm a roofer.
Yeah, exactly. Self-employed are like the worst at retirement. Employees of companies, they kind of help them strategize and set that up. But here's the numbers of today is around 95% of people today that are hitting age 65 are finding out that they don't have enough retirement. They're either having to go back and get second jobs or continue to work. Well, what if we could just not even go down that timeline? What if there was a different way? It's called leveraged income. The difference is you're building a business asset and it takes about 2 to 5 years. And when you get that asset built, then it gives you ongoing pay, and you keep getting paid for what you did previously. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that sound like an income you'd be interested in?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the second timeline, is we're all going to spend 20 years. We go to work, but what if in 5 to 10 years, even if it was 10 years, we built this asset, and then we got to live life and all this stretch right here?
That sounds way better.
Yeah, so when I ask most people, would you want timeline 1 or would you want timeline 2?
timeline too.
So here's the cool thing and why this is important, why network marketing is awesome, is there's very few people that do this timeline. The difference is this is self-education and mentorship. You have to run in the right circles. Does that make sense? You got to, even in my trucking career and moving furniture, I had to run in the right circle of people to teach me how to do that and maximize. And probably the same thing you found with roofing and that business and construction. You had to run in the right circles. It's the same thing in building leverage in business and mentorship. And this is why network marketing is like no other business out there, is that you can go get involved with mentors and have a system of training to help show you how to build a business. Not just teach you how to build a business, but do it with you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so we have 15 presentations a month, and we'll help you with those presentations, teach you how to get those presentations in. We have monthly trainings that we can attend, and it's going to be about 2 to 5 years to build that business out. So here's a crazy thing, and I know this will make sense for you: $1,250 to start a business. Does that seem real?
I've never experienced that in my life.
So that's the other reason why network marketing it doesn't compare to any other industries, because it doesn't cost a lot to get started in the business. $1,800 in value. You're getting a lot of it in product, a lot of it in training and mentorship. And then by the time you've enrolled 3 business partners, you have your money back in your business. It's paid off. But I know you being a business person, you don't get into a business to get your ROI back. You actually do it because you want to make income, right?
Yeah.
Let me show you the type of money that's being earned here in LifeVantage. So this is our distributor, all the way down. These are ranks in our company based on the amount of volume of product flow that they're doing. And so we have ranks from 1 to Executive Master 10. So this is an actual income disclosure statement. It's not a projection. It's not, we hope you make this when you get there. These are what actually people are making LifeVantage. I'm just going to focus on a few areas here. So Pro 3, you're just getting your business going. You're a few months in. You're making around $580 a month on average residual income. Okay. Pro 5, it's a $20,000 a month business of product flow going through. You're making about $2,500. Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay. Pro 7. Okay, this is where you really start to create some significant income. It's around almost a little over $11,000 a month in income. And then Pro 9 is $42,000. I know. Did I lose you?
Can that be real?
Yeah, I know. It is real. It is real. This is what people are making, and it even goes beyond that. Here's one of the things I like about network marketing too: is you decide how much income you want to make. No one says that's as far as you go, you're done. You can continue to build income as much as you want, but these are what people are earning in the company right now. Okay, so what's our investment? As I mentioned, $1,250. That's your initial investment. Going to pay that off with 3 people. To maintain our business, there's overhead. Any business has overhead. Ours is consuming product. You don't stock, store, ship products here. You set the network up of consumption. Okay, you're not going to be running around with a lot of product. You just consume your $200 of LifeVantage products in your own home. And based on the different categories we've seen, could you see some use for those products in your home?
Yes, definitely.
So when we sign customers up, we got a lot of those too, because not everybody's interested in the business. You get 40% on the first enrollment. You get a $400 commission when you enroll a platinum pack. We have what's called the royalty or leveraged income side of it. And I'm just showing you a basic structure here. Now, we go out and help identify people in your circle of influence, and we find 5 people that want to build this business. Okay, and then we want to help them do the same thing, because they're all business people and they want to develop their businesses. Then they find 5, so now there's 25. And again, as you can see, this is in pattern of 5 and 5 who know 5 who find 5. Well, they all run their $200 monthly auto ship, their subscription, and these are the different levels of percentages that are paid out on these levels. So just in a couple levels here, you're making $270. This is on reoccurring orders. This is what's cool. You keep getting paid over and over again when people reorder product.
And they're going to continue to reorder.
Yeah. And that's the significance of the product line that we have. Very consumable, desirable, people like it. They have a positive effect with it, and they continue on doing that. Okay, look in here where we get down to this 4th level here, we're making around $8,000 to $10,000 a month of residual income. Does that give you some choice of freedom and time?
Yes.
Okay, and then even further, and this where it kind of caught your eyebrows a little bit, around $40,000 a month here. Okay, and again, don't try to take too much of this in. I'll leave this sheet with you so you can kind of digest it over a little bit. Just one more function of the comp plan is we have a matching bonus. So anybody that you personally bring on yourself, you get a 10% match on their residual check. Okay, anybody they bring on 5, they bring on 5, and again, down to this 5th generation here, you're getting an overall 30% match. I'd like to look at this as a teaching bonus. The more you can teach these group of entrepreneurs to make income, LifeVantage is going to in turn give you another bonus for doing that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, the last one, the lead bonus pool. they've come up with what I think is one of the most fantastic way to involve everybody in the company worldwide. So they take 4% of the gross volume of the company worldwide, and they put it in 4 pieces. How we access this bonus pool is we need to get to our business to Elite Pro 7. As soon as we get to Pro 7, we're with the 8, 9s, and 10s sharing in the first percent. And then the 8, 9s, and 10s get a second percent, and the 9s and 10s are in a third, and then Pro 10 you can see is in all 4%. But this is on every bit of product that's sold in all the markets around the world. Currently we're in 19 countries right now. We're 9 years old, and this company is on the foundation point of where they're ready to just take off and become a multiple billion-dollar company. Is that pretty exciting?
Yeah.
So thank you for taking a look at this. We'll answer some questions and stuff, but thank you for the TearOff pad presentation. Ta-da!